ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste. The mind is in its own place and in itself a heaven of hell or a hell of a heaven. It's a beautiful statement by Milton. What do you mean by that? See, mind can be a flower or can be a mountain. It is all depends upon our attitude. Now, how do you do about this particular session? Is the mind is in its own place. Now, I have to make it as its own place, and I can make it the heaven of the hell or the hell of the heaven. Just to make you to understand, for example, the situations are same, the ambience is same. So one person is able to really make it as a heaven. The other person make it as a hell. Now what is the reason? Because the mind is the doer, not the body. Let us go into this particular analogy. See, we have got about 5 senses. 5 senses. And we got one mind. Okay, that itself is very troublesome. And one intellect. That is what we normally call the 7 tools. That is personal 7 tools. One is, the 5 senses and a mind and also the intellect or a buddhi. Now, let us analyze this particular one. See, let us make all the indriyas or the senses like a horse. As you could see it. Now, the mind is the rein, which you are able to control. Then the buddhi is the intellect. That is a kind of an intellect which is able to write. And who is the consciousness? It is only the witness. Now let me once again explain to you. The 5 horses are the senses. The rein, which you are able to control, that is called as the mind. So the mind makes all the difference in life, directed by the buddhi, like us. Then who is the witness? Is the consciousness. This particular one is taken from the Kathopanishad. It is an excellent, the analogy. Let me put it the other way. Suppose you got a goal, you must have a path, you must have a kind of a vehicle, and you must be able to ride it. Now I know the path. Now I have got the 5 senses, the indriyas. Now how to find out, see whether I am the master of the indriyas or the 5 senses, or the 5 senses are my master. Think, see, most of the time, so we make the indriyas as a master. Now once you are able to understand the concept between the self-mastery, that means you have the capacity to make the senses to listen to you. See, today what is happening? You are not able to control. Then, who is the charioteer? People like us. Now, then what about this buddhi? That means we have to really have a kind of the charioteer. How can you really do it? So now with this background, I want to go into this particular sloka. Let me make you once again. That means 5 senses and the mind and the intellect. The 7 tools. Now if you are able to use it beautifully, that means the mind will be like a flower. If you are not able to do it, It will be like a mountain. Now, who can do it? You are the only person who can do it. So you have to assimilate this particular point. Let us go into the sloka. It's a very beautiful one, which will be very, very useful. See, all of us are suffering. Why? Because we are the slave to the indriyas and the mind. Now you must be a master. You must have a lot of self-mastery. Okay, let us listen to the sloka.
उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः.
Good. Uddared atmanatmanam atmanavad sadhayet. Atmaiva atmano bandhuhu. Atmaiva ripuratmanaha. It's a beautiful sloka. So you have to understand this, the spirit. So it is only to make you to understand, yes, the mind is a beautiful tool. The way in which you are able to handle it makes all the difference. It can be a beautiful friend or a worst enemy. So let us go into the word meaning. Say uddare. That means uplift yourself. Elevate yourself. Nobody can do it. Some people can help you, but you have to just elevate yourself. By whom? Atmana, through the mind. Not from outside. It is from you. So, uddare, uplift yourself through the mind. Okay, Atmana, that means the self. Na Atmanam, not the self. Don't try to avasadiyet. Avasadiyet means just degrade, lower yourself, have a kind of a delusion. Okay, now the question is, the Atmana, certainly the self is only the friend and the mind is only the enemy of the self. Now let me make it very simple. See, mind is a tool. Now it can just uplift you or lower you down. They say uddare or avasadaye. That means you have to lift yourself or lower yourself. Now it is all in your hands. You cannot blame anybody. That's what exactly I told you, being in the same situation, same ambience, with the same people, the same interaction. That means one person is very happy, the other person will be unhappy. Why? Only because of the mind and also a kind of the attitude. So let us go into the running meaning. Say uddaret. One should uplift. One should elevate himself. So nobody can help you. You have to do it on your own. If there is a pain, some people can really help you. But you have to go through the pain. So similarly when you say uddaret, that means one should uplift. Atmanam, the oneself. One should uplift oneself. Atmana, by oneself. It's easy to understand, but you have to really think. So one should uplift oneself by oneself. So I am the only person. So I got a mind, but I must use it by understanding the principle of the five senses and the mind. Now, na avasadayet. One should not lower himself. Somebody to put you down. Okay, you have to understand yourself. Avasadayet. One should not lower himself. Atmanam, oneself. So what is the meaning of this particular one? So you have to lift yourself or lower yourself. Never ever blame others. This is the message. Lord Krishna says, don't try to blame other people. Now you have got a mind. So you must have a self-mastery. And then once you are able to do it, then you will be able to enjoy. Then the mind will be a friend or a foe. Then he, because or for that, Atma eva, the self, Bandhu Atmanaha, that is a friend of oneself. The Atma eva. Eva means very important. That is the only thing, nothing different, nothing from the other from you. When I say eva, it's a beautiful word. That means the self alone. That is only one. Don't make a mistake. That means Ripuhu. When I say Ripu is an enemy. For what? The oneself. See, let us understand this particular one. See, for example, so I have to uplift myself and I can lower myself and I can never blame anybody. Atma eva. That means eva means only one. Don't try to blame the others. Why? Your mind is very corrupted. Now, once your mind is like a flower, that means you will enjoy. So let us go into the the essence of the particular sloka. So one should uplift. When I say uplift, you have to really elevate yourself by oneself. Oneself by oneself. What do you mean by that? That means only yourself. Don't blame anybody. One should not lower down oneself. Why? Because the self alone is a friend of oneself or the foe or the enemy of oneself. Now the message is very, very, very clear. We always feel that the other people are able to help us and also putting us down. No. Now what happens? You have to really understand, yes, I am the only person who is responsible for my fate. Whether I can take the mind as a friend or a foe. I want to share my own experience. So when I started the industry, I think maybe 70s. So one of my friends met me and he advised me to do certain things. But unfortunately, so I was not in agreement. And then he started, shouting, a lot of things. He said, you are an engineer, you are doing so many things, and you don't know how to make money. And you are not fit for business. Then I understood, see, what is that he is trying to market. Then what happened? He is an expert. He used to get a material through the license and sell it on the black market. And he was only trying to advise. Then I just listened to him. I was just smiling. The way he was talking, very aggressive. Then I was only smiling. Then I was telling myself, oh God, I should never bow down to this temptation. I know it is easy to get much money, but I didn't want to really do it also. Then finally he asked me, see Chandran, normally you are not the same person. You are a different person today. Then I told him, yes, now I am a master of myself. See, I know how to make money. No, I need a kind of a peace of mind. I know by doing this, making the wrong thing. Then he was just, little bit upset. Then I told him, listen, I never want to make you my master. So I want to make my mind to be a master myself. Now why I am giving this example is that lot of people will give a lot of advice. Now you have to use your intellect. There is no right way of doing a wrong thing. That means the mind must keep on telling you what is right, what is wrong. So what is the message of this particular one? Lift yourself. Don't lower yourself. The The friend is yourself. The enemy also within you. Never blame anybody. So you are the master. So mind is a tool. So make it as a flower. Don't make it as a mountain. So this is the central message of Lord Krishna to Arjuna, and not only for Arjuna, people like us also. Take care. All the best. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhavet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti